Imagine this. You've trained your whole life. You've won fights. You've felt pain, pressure, and even panic. But when that cage door closes and you're facing Islam Makhachev, it hits you. You're not ready. Not for this. Not for him. This is not hype. This is the scary truth. Facing Islam Makhachev is every lightweight's worst nightmare. Islam isn't loud. He doesn't flash $1 million smile or post wild videos. But once that fight starts, he turns into a machine. His mission? Simple. Dominate, control. Break you, mentally and physically. Today on Nina's Scoop, we're diving deep into why Islam Makhachev might just be the scariest man in the UFC right now. So stay with us till the end, because the truth might just shock you. Before he stepped into the UFC, Islam wasn't a regular guy learning MMA in some gym. He was built for this. Raised in Dagestan, a place known for building warriors, Islam trained under Abdulmanap Nurmagomedov, Khabib's legendary father. That's right, the same man who trained Khabib also molded Islam. This wasn't just practice, this was discipline. This was war school. If you were lazy, you didn't last. If you made excuses, you were done. Weakness, not allowed. And it shows today. Every move Islam makes has purpose. He doesn't waste energy. He doesn't rush. He plans, he executes, and most of all, he finishes. When Khabib retired, fans cried out, "Who could possibly fill those shoes?" And in the background, a quiet monster was waiting. Even during Khabib's title reign, whispers floated around. Islam might be the only guy who could beat him. Khabib himself said it. If there's anyone who can be better than me, it's Islam. That's not something Khabib says lightly. But here's what's wild. Islam didn't ride into the UFC on hype or drama. He earned his spot. He didn't beg for big fights. He crushed contender after contender until there was no one left to ignore him. And when he got his title shot, the rest is history. Let's look at what happens when fighters face Islam. Dan Hooker, a solid striker, tall and skilled, Islam took him down and submitted him in the first round. Easy work, Bobby Green. Talked big, came in confident. Islam steamrolled him. First round finish, then the big one. Charles Oliveira. Oliveira had submitted everyone, Chandler, Poirier, Gaethje. But Islam, he made it look easy. He submitted Charles and didn't even look tired. That's like breaking into a black belt's house, beating him with his own moves and walking out smiling. It was terrifying and impressive. Alexander Volkanovski, featherweight champ, pound for pound #1. He moved up in weight to face Islam. The fans, they were buzzing. Could Volk stop the monster? It was a 5-round war. Volk gave Islam the toughest fight of his life. But when it ended, Islam's hand was raised. Then came the rematch. Volk stepped in on short notice. This time, Islam didn't leave it to the judges. He knocked out Volkanovski, flat out KO. The message: Islam isn't just a grappler, he's got striking too. Clean, sharp, dangerous. He's not just a fighter, he's a complete threat, the psychological trap. Here's where things get really scary. Islam doesn't just beat you physically, he destroys you mentally. Imagine this. You train for months, you're confident. You believe you've seen pressure before. Then the fight starts. You land a shot. Nothing happens. He grabs you. You're down. You can't get up. You try to breathe, and he's on top of you, smothering you. You look at the clock. Still 4 minutes to go. And that's just round 1. By round 3, you're not fighting to win. You're fighting just to survive. That's what Islam does. He makes elite fighters look like beginners. And when you think you've got an escape, boom, he moves again. He's always one step ahead. When Dustin Poirier got his chance, many believed this was it. Poirier had heart, experience, power. And for moments, it looked like he was doing okay. He landed shots. He He defended takedowns. But Islam stood there and said, "I can do this all day." And just like that, when he wanted to, he submitted Poirier too. After the fight, it was all respect. But one thing was clear. Poirier is great. Islam is greater. No more weak spots. Back in the day, people said Islam was just a wrestler. Now, he's a striker, a submission artist, a technician. He doesn't slow down, he doesn't lose focus, he doesn't get emotional. Who do you put against this guy? Striker? He'll wrestle them. Wrestler? He'll outwork them. Submission expert? He'll make them tap. He's already beaten the best, Oliveira. Volk. Poirier. Hooker. Green. Names like Gaethje or Chandler sound fun, but let's be honest. Do they really stand a chance? Everyone knows the ending. They just don't want to admit it. The quiet storm Islam doesn't need to sell fights with trash talk. He doesn't need drama. He speaks with his performance. No screaming, no wild interviews, just hard work and clean wins. And that's what makes him scarier. He's humble, he's disciplined, and he's lethal. He doesn't want the spotlight. He just wants to win. Who can stop him? Right now, the big question remains. Who can beat Islam Makhachev? Maybe someone new will rise. Maybe a freak punch will land. But that's all maybe. The truth is, Islam is getting better with every fight. He's young. He's hungry. He's surrounded by legends. He fights with purpose. Not for money, not for fame, for legacy, for honor, for Dagestan. And that's what makes him unstoppable. Facing Islam Makhachev isn't just about fighting, it's about surviving. When you step into the cage with him, you're not just in a match, you're in a war where you can't breathe, you can't think, you can't escape. You realize, maybe you're not the best. Maybe you're not even close. Because Islam doesn't fight for fun. He fights to break you. And the scariest part? He does it with a calm face, respectful words, and devastating results. So next time you hear someone call out Islam Makhachev, just know they might be brave, but they're also walking straight into the storm. Thanks for watching Nina Scoop. If you found this video interesting, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell icon so you never miss our deep dives into MMA legends. And let us know in the comments, who do you think can stop Islam Makhachev? Or is he truly unbeatable? Till next time, stay sharp, stay curious, and stay fearless.